wonderful, wonderful color.
Walt Disney presents
The wonderful world of color.
Ranger's Guide to Nature.
You know, back when I was a youngster, if someone suggested a camping trip, we grabbed a blanket, raided the cupboard of some beans and bacon, and took off for the hills. It was that easy. Well, things have changed. Nowadays, not many kids just go camping. The latest thing is to go to camp. And that's no simple matter. In the first place, it takes at least a week just to pack the necessary equipment. And then there's a big decision to be made. What kind of camp? Well, there's sailing camps, music camps, judo camps, bowling camps, swimming camps, and 100 others. In fact, the only kind of camps there seems to be a shortage of are those that feature the one thing a youngster should go to camp for, and that is to learn about nature. Fortunately, though, old Mother Nature wasn't completely lost in the shuffle. We do know of one good old-fashioned camp where that's the one and only subject, and we're going to take you there. The camp counselor is Ranger J. Audobon Woodlore, a rugged outdoors man who knows nature like a book. In fact, he wrote the book. It's called Ranger Woodlore's Nature Guide. Right now, he's about to enroll 3 newcomers to his camp. So, let's get over there and listen in.
Welcome, guests of nature, to the Little Ranger Nature Camp. We'll get along just fine. Now, here are forms to sign. Have you had chicken pox or mumps or ever had a stomach cramp? Inflate your lungs. Let's see your tongues. Say ah. Fine, fine. Is your clothing plainly marked? And did you bring a brush and comb? You should have left that bubble gum at home. Now let's all write a postcard and be sure it has a stamp. But make it clear you love it here at Little Ranger Nature Camp. Now here's your mop. Here's your broom. Clean every corner of your room. Stow your gear, move your trunks. On the double, make your bunks. Pack your knapsacks, look alert. Sew those emblems on your shirt.
Ow!
First aid kits are on the shelf. You must learn what to do if you hurt yourself. Fall out in uniform, everyone. Say, aren't we having loads of fun? And now for our first activity. We're off upon a nature hike with miracles of life to see.
Perhaps we may unfold some secrets that they hold.
We'll learn their nomenclature as we study every bird and tree, examine weeds with fluffy seeds, and squirrels that can fly. My!
We'll see spiders spin their webs. We'll listen to a bullfrog crow while carefully avoiding poison. Oh!
No joke. If you're filled with wonder, as in nature's world we tramp, well, we encourage questions at the Little Ranger Nature Camp. Have you seen beavers hard at work? Or ever watched an otter slide? And do you know how beehives look inside? Then let's explore all forms of life, wherever they appear. Now, first, we'll take up insects, and we might as well begin right here. Here's one of the strangest members of the ant world, the leafcutter, also known as the parasol ant.
Because they look like they're carrying parasols?
Right. They're gardeners by trade, and they have a very unusual type of garden. It grows neither fruit, flower, nor vegetable, but a secret crop that only they know how to raise. It's a crop that requires daily care, For if the fungus is not constantly gardened, other forms of mold, like so many weeds, will overrun the garden and ruin it. But even if the leaf cutters lose out, Mother Nature in the long run wins, because this strange culture helps fertilize and enrich her soil.
Golly.
Another leaf cutter is the ravenous caterpillar. Only they fatten up on the leaves themselves. Here's a hungry group on their way to search for food.
Aren't they colorful?
Walt Disney will return.
That insects are intriguing, I trust you'll not deny. They have their place in nature, just as you and I. Each insect has a value, though some must be suppressed. But when it comes to being useful, one leads all the rest. A good friend to admire, not to fear. Yet when disturbed, she makes her point quite clear. No! Oh, excuse me, honey. My fault. Now, boys, may I present the honeybee, the honeybee. She's part of one big family, the drones, the workers, and her mother queen. Every morning when it's 5, she's out working for the hive on her pollen nectar gathering routine. The honeybee is virtually the wax and honey industry. It's one sweet business, yet she never smiles. As to honey, it's been found for a bee to make a pound, she would have to travel 50,000 miles. But she deserves the most of our praise for her special eyes and pollenizing ways. There are thousands, many thousands of our crops, depending on her frequent friendly stops. Now, with alfalfa flowers, lots of fruit, the honey and bees wax to boot, she has a fair responsibility. And without our insect friend, there would surely be a trend toward havoc in our whole economy. Yes, sirree, you can bet, boys, we owe a great debt to that honey, little honey, honey bee. Come on, boys, let's follow that bee. The bees and the flowers have a wonderful working partnership. Upon her return, the queen begins the production of eggs, and the future of the hive is assured. Today, as we wander, I beg you to ponder the marvelous kingdom of plants. What nature has planted, we all take for granted, or give a perfunctory glance. Yet remember, to us, plants are vital. We depend upon things from the soil for clothing, shelter, food, drink, medicine, and hair oil. How do most plants get started? What propagates each breed? Well, if you follow me, I'll show you basically the miracle of the seed. Put a seed in the ground, pack the earth all around, give it water and warmth of the sun. Soon the roots come out, and the seed will sprout, and the growing has begun. See the sprout breaking through. Now the leaves are in view, and the plant is beginning to zoom. It's a sight that cheers when a bud appears, and bursts into bloom. Here come the bees for pollinization. Now the seeds will form as the plant turns dry. Up whips a breeze in cooperation. And hither and thither and yon the seeds will fly. Now they search all around for a choice bit of ground, and they finally dig under, and then, well, we've come right back, and I mean right smack, where the process starts again. You got that, boys?
Yes, sir! Now it's all very plain that the seeds need the rain and the wonderful warmth of the sun.
Good, good.
Then the roots come out and we see each sprout as the growing has begun.
Oh, fine.
See the sprouts breaking through, now the leaves are in view, and the plants are beginning to zoom. It's a sight to cheer when the buds appear and burst into bloom.
Here come the bees. For a balanced outdoor program, we endorse the Little Ranger's bird-watching course. Birds have fascinated man since the dawn of time. Mentioned in great literature, music, art, and rhyme. We think of birds as symbols. There's the dove who stands for peace. For happiness, the bluebird, may his tribe increase. The owl, who stands for wisdom, everyone esteems. And orioles and cardinals...
Our baseball teams.
Here are your binoculars, all tested and approved. You'll find them much more useful with lens covers removed. Be sure you have guidebooks, boys. Fine, let's move along. For hark, the feathered creatures have filled the air with song. All out for bird watching. You'll need no license, it's free. What fun when one is observant. Ornithologically, we're going bird watching to find a species so rare in field or forest or meadow, or maybe up in the air. Through shape and size and how it flies, one may ascertain as to whether bird or weather vane. Now we must walk quietly, talk quietly, try to whisper your words, for all the birdies are watching us watching the birds.
Is that a gnat catcher or sapsucker that's way up there on a limb? Although I've looked in the guidebook, I can't identify him. I see a blue jay or a kingfisher. He's flying over the ditch. Perhaps he's some kind of swallow. I can't decide which is which. I see a blur, a constant blur.
Oh, that's quite absurd. Constant blur could not occur. There's no such bird.
Oh, gee, there's this species and that species. How can we tell them apart?
Well, one thing you can be sure of, boys. They're all egg-shaped to start. Ah, just in time. Looks like something's stirring here.
Gee, what funny-looking birds. They look more like alligators.
That's logical, boys. Birds originally came from reptiles, like these alligators. Alligators! Oh, let's get out of here. We're in the wrong chapter. Ah, that's better. Here's the nest we're looking for.
What kind of egg is that, Ranger?
It's a pigeon egg, and it's hatching right now.
baby alligator.
To Mother Pigeon he is. Since they can't fly, having just proved that without a doubt, they're vulnerable to any number of predators. So off they go on the double to the safety of the nearest pond. Bedtime always comes too soon at Little Ranger Nature Camp. Fresh air plus exercise makes sleepy, drowsy eyes. We lay our bedrolls on the ground, some spot that isn't hard or damp. Your clothes should be like mine, you see, hung up nearby with care. There. Never saw the stars so bright. Perhaps you'll recognize a few.
The Milky Way, and Mars, and Pluto, too.
Some view. Now here comes your lullaby to make your eyelids droop. From Little Ranger Nature Camp, it's orchestra and choral group.